Chapter 5, read by Ian Campos. How much do you need? Ramick, a sturdy, tough 7th grader at Hubbard Middle School in Plainfield, New Jersey, headed home from the gifted and talented program that met after school once a week. He rode in his grandmother's red Chevy Caprice Classic, a long and comfortable car that perfectly fit her style. He loved it when she could pick him up. It was only in this car he could talk to Ma and work out some of the frustration and confusion he felt. "You like being in this program, Remick?" his grandmother asked. "Yeah, Miss Hatt looks me right in my face and tells me I'm intelligent. Not just smart, intelligent. I like that word," he says proudly. "She makes me feel like I can maybe be somebody." "I tell you that all the time, boy," Ma said as she smoothly turned the corner. "I know, but you're supposed to tell me stuff like that. Miss Hatt is different." "Has she been there the whole time you've been in this program?" his grandmother asked. "Yeah, except for 3rd and 4th grade, when I couldn't go because I was in Catholic school, and you know how that went." Ma laughed. "That was a real disaster. It's a good thing your mama ran out of money about the same time she ran out of patience with those nuns. Imagine putting my grandson in special ed." "Hey, Ma, I need some new shoes," Ramick said, changing the subject. "What's wrong with the ones you got on?" "They're old and beat up. The kids at school got these cool new sneakers made by Nike. I want some shoes with a swoosh." He knew it sounded stupid to her. Ma laughed. "You must be a fool, boy. You want shoes with a swoosh, whatever that is, and your mama can't even pay the rent? How much these shoes cost?" "They only cost $50. Even as he said it, Ramick could predict how she would respond. She liked to quote well-worn proverbs and wise sayings whenever she had the chance to teach one of her many children or grandchildren. Boy, you don't have a pot to pee in, nor a window to throw it out. Don't try to live high off the hog. The shoes you're wearing will do just fine until next school year, when you've outgrown them." To close the matter, she changed the subject. "Didn't you tell me you were going to try out for another play at school?" Ramick sighed and looked out the window. He gave up on the shoes. Talking about being in plays, however, always cheered him up. "Yeah, I did. I got the part." "What's the name of the play?" his grandmother asked. "The Wiz. I got a big part." "Well, I'm mighty proud of you." Ramick grinned. "The teacher, Miss Scott, said I had real good acting ability. Maybe I'll move away from here and be a movie star and make millions of dollars. Then I can buy you some shoes with a swoosh, too." They both laughed. "As much as you sing and dance around here, boy, you're a natural for the movies," his grandmother commented. "I really like being in plays," Ramick told her dreamily. "How come?" she asked. "Well, for one thing, there are always a lot of girls around and lots of free times backstage." He looked at his grandmother out of the corner of his eye. "A ladies' man, just like your daddy," his grandmother teased. "But the real reason," Ramick told her honestly, "is the applause. I love it when the curtains go up, when I hear the people in the room laugh or react to what we're doing on stage. But mostly, I love it when the show is over, and everybody claps and applauds and cheers. It's like they're all telling me I'm cool, I'm wonderful, I'm the best thing in the world." "I understand," she said softly. "Hey, Ma," Ramick began. "Miss Scott is starting a drama class, and I have a chance to maybe get real acting jobs." He hesitated. "I know you said I couldn't get the shoes, but this is different. I need some photographs, a portfolio, so Miss Scott can send them out to producers and stuff. How much do you need?" $150, Remick admitted. He waited while she sucked in her breath and exhaled noisily. "Goodness, child," she exclaimed. "I figured out if you said yes to the shoes, I would say I didn't really want them if you could help me get the pictures instead. That's an awful lot of money. You trying to play me, boy?" She didn't sound angry. "No, ma'am," Ramick replied honestly. "The last day to pay for the fee for the pictures is tomorrow," he added. "Why you wait until the last minute to ask?" Ramick lowered his head. "I knew it was more money than we got." The Caprice rolled to a stop in front of the apartment where Ramick lived with his mother and new babysitter. "I got my house payment here in my purse," Ma said slowly. "You know how proud I am to own that house, boy, but I suppose I can borrow from my cousins and install the mortgage man a couple of days." Remick looked at her with hope. "Would you do that for me?" he asked. "I might. "I'd do anything you ask me forever," Ramek said, pleading. "You'll do that anyway," Ma replied with a chuckle. "You understand what a sacrifice this is?" "Oh, yes, ma'am." "I don't know, sounds to me like it's for some foolishness. If I get these pictures, I can get real parts in movies, in shows in New York. I think I got talent, Ma." "So does every other out-of-work actor in the world," she replied while looking at Ramek with a grim smile. "I promise to make you proud of me," Ramek said. Ma sighed. "I know it, boy. You come by my house in the morning and I'll give it to you. I believe in you, Ramek. I want you to have the best." "Can you give it to me now?" "I have to be at school real early tomorrow," Ramek asked. "I love your mama, but I don't trust her," his grandmother explained. "She's got demons that eat at her soul." "I promise," Ramek pleaded. "She won't even know that I have it." His grandmother looked doubtful, but she reached into her large pocketbook and pulled out a wad of money. "This is for your future, you hear?" She handed it to Ramek, who hugged her tightly. "Yes, ma'am," Ramek replied with excitement. "I love you, Ma. Thank you so much. I promise to make you proud of me." "I'm already proud of you, boy. Your mama is, too, whether you know it or not. Don't screw this up." "Yes, ma'am," Ramek promised again. The red Chevy Caprice rode away. When Ramek walked into the house, the first thing he noticed was the silence, the television and radio, which ran constantly whether anyone paid attention to them or not. We're quiet. His baby sister, Mecca, lay asleep in her crib. His mother, smoking a cigarette, sat at the kitchen table. "They turned off the electricity," she said in greeting. "I see," Ramek replied. "We've been through this before. It won't be so bad. It's not very cold outside this time. I spent up my paycheck, and I got a refrigerator full of groceries that'll spoil," she told him bleakly. Ramek thought back to the good times, when his mother had a well-paying job that she enjoyed, when she laughed all the time, when she took him to Disney World. Somehow, things had changed since his little sister had been born. "When can you pay the bill?" Ramek asked, thinking guiltily out of the money of his pocket. "Today is Thursday. I doubt if I can get the money together until Monday. That's a whole weekend with no electricity," she sighed. Her eyes glazed and dull as she looked at her son. "What am I going to do?" she asked plaintively. "I don't know," Ramek said uncomfortably. He knew his little sister needed milk. He couldn't let her go hungry while he pursued some impossible Hollywood dream. He shifted from one foot to the other. "You got any money?" his mother asked. "No," he lied. Where would I get that kind of money? He wanted those pictures so badly, but the guilt ripped at him. Mecca wasn't even 2 years old. She deserved cold milk and fresh food. "You sure?" his mother asked you. "You look to me like you Holden, boy." Ramek sighed. He knew he would never have another chance to get that portfolio or photographs made, but he reached down into his pocket and slowly pulled out the $150. Reluctantly, he handed it to his mother. "You're the best," she said cheerfully. "Where'd you get this?" She then asked suspiciously. "You ain't selling no drugs, are you? 'Cause I'll kick your butt if I find out you're messing with drugs." Ramek wanted to tell her that long ago he had sworn to himself that he would never ever get involved with drugs because he had seen what drugs could do to people he knew and loved. What drugs were doing to her, but he just shook his head. "Ma gave it to me for some pictures at school," he told her quietly. "I promise I'll pay you back, baby. Next week for sure." Ramek walked away from her sadly. The next morning, the stove and refrigerator were not back on, but his mother had taken the food to a neighbor's house. Mecca's milk was cold, her food was fresh, and Ramek's money as well as that opportunity was gone.
43. A Conversation with Dr. Ramek Hutt, read by Paige Lenforce. Dreams and Missed Opportunities. I might have been an actor, if I had. I might have been in a famous movie star by now. Acting was something I really wanted to do. I enjoyed it more than anything else at the time, but sometimes we are forced to make difficult decisions. I honestly believe I have what it took to make it into show business. That money was the ticket to all my dreams, but I gave it up. Giving my mother that money was one of my hardest decisions I ever had to make. I choose not to be selfish and to do what I thought was best for my family. My mother had a lot of struggles. She was dealing with, specifically, drug addiction. The addiction made a mess of my household and tore our family apart. I was already the product of a single-family household. But with drugs added into the mix, it made a recipe for disaster. And even though she didn't use the money like she said she would, if I had to do it over, I would do the same thing. Only this time, I would make sure she used the money to get the electricity turned back on. In life, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. Always try to make sure you make them with the very best intentions. And if you do that, no matter what you decide and no matter what the outcome, it will be the right decision because you made it for the right reasons.